Hello and good morning. What's happening? G&G Swift, what up?
What up? Whoever G&G Swift is.
Hey, what up, Shawn?
Hi.
Thanks for tuning in. You're watching FunkShop TV. This is our daily show. You can tell that I definitely have a face made for radio.
My name's like in purple lights.
What?
My name's in purple lights.
In purple lights? Over here?
Yeah, the backdrop is more purple. Here.
Yeah, I see that.
That's normal.
Hey, thanks for hosting, man. We appreciate it. I will return the favor immediately. I will go. See, we usually go live at 10 a.m. ish, Monday through Friday, and Shawn just called me at like 10:15 and said, "Dude, your door's locked." I said, "What?" "Oh, I'll be right down." And here we are. So.
Yes, we're here.
I haven't been able to put on my makeup or any powder my nose or anything yet, but.
Did you put on your exfoliating mask last night?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No.
No.
Yeah, sure didn't. Manage auto hosting. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh wow. The DoubleTree videos.
Yeah, I saw that.
Starting to blow up.
G&G Swift, you're in the auto hosting list.
So if you watch us here on Twitch, which you are right now, if you're watching live, you can always catch our videos on YouTube as well later. We do upload shorter clips and other content. As well
and full episodes.
Yep, and full episodes. As well as we're on Instagram and Facebook. Post content to those as well. Different content for those.
Yep. So I don't even have my content that I wanted to talk about yet, but I have an idea of some stuff I wanted to go through. It is Friday. Happy Friday to everybody. Thank goodness it's Friday.
Why? Oh.
Because that means we don't have to get up early the next 2 days.
You get to go to work tonight.
I do have to go to work tonight, but that's for me, that's easy. It's like sleepwalking. Sitting here and talking and try to keeping people engaged while we're talking, that's a lot tougher than my job.
I don't know. You do a pretty good job at it, so.
Talking out my ass?
I mean,
yeah.
You said it.
That's all right. President Trump claims, according to Time.com, President Trump claims people would revolt if he were impeached. So he thinks if he was impeached that it would create a civil war and a bunch of unrest. And
man, he thinks a lot of himself.
He sure does. He sure does. That's hilarious. You don't think so, bro?
No, I not in the least.
Yeah.
I mean, I think maybe some people might be like sad-ish, and then there's gonna be people that are cheer. It'll just be kind of like a middle ground and indifferent, and the world will keep going, and they'll be whatever. They'll forget it. Remember, the news cycle's so damn fast. They'll forget about it in a day.
Right. Well, with most things, did you notice? Jimmy Kimmel Live commented on our YouTube video yesterday.
I did notice
from
that.
the Portland racist hotel.
Yeah, he was the first comment.
Yeah. Somebody else commented, but I think they deleted it or they made it private or something. No, even if it was private, we'd be able to see it, right?
I think so.
The tweet from our commander-in-chief yesterday says there is right now a full-scale manhunt going on in California for an illegal immigrant accused of shooting and killing a police officer during a traffic stop. Time to get tough on border security. Build the wall. Now, I have a very serious question. Do you remember when 9/11 happened?
Of course, I remember exactly what I was doing and where I was.
Right.
And
Most people over 30 do. 35-ish.
My daughter was in her mom's stomach at that point.
Right.
I think.
Most people remember very,
I'm pretty
very
sure.
unusual, minute details about that day. I remember that day as if it was yesterday. Now
People were talking about like going up in the woods and like I remember like talking to people in the apartment complex I lived in, and people were like, should we start heading to the woods? Are we
Right.
being invaded? Like, these were like serious questions.
I was living off of Barber, and there's a reserve center right off of Barber that a lot of people didn't know about. I didn't really know about. And we saw military helicopters just left and right taking off and hitting the skies. We were freaked out. I remember me and some friends that were at my apartment, we were literally talking about going to 7-Eleven and finding somebody that looked like they were Middle Eastern descent and wreaking havoc on their life. I specifically remember being that macho, patriotic mindset that anybody that looked like they were from the middle of the East was immediately the enemy. But my point is, I really don't think that those attackers came through the Mexican border. No. So would building the wall have, if we had a wall built for 9/11, would it have stopped anything? Would anything during the course of that day been changed whatsoever?
Nope.
No. So if we build a southern wall, what's going to happen? If anybody wants to come into this country that really wants to create havoc and damage, they're going to come through the northern border most likely. If they're not going to come with a fake passport, and
It's easy to get going to and from the northern border.
Right. It's obviously it's not that hard to get a fake passport and fly right into one of our airports from another country, because that's how they all got here.
I mean, at that point, I don't think it'd be as easy today, but definitely
GNG,
possible.
thanks. We appreciate that. So the background overlay is dope. We're trying to keep it festive around here.
At least for a few more days.
Yeah. Well, we could roll with a winter theme for another month or two. It does get awfully cold in here.
That's true.
And speaking of, when is the right time to take down your Christmas tree?
Yesterday.
Yesterday?
Or after the. Most
I'm
people
taking
do
down
it
all of our stuff this weekend, but
Yeah, most people take it down like on the 1st.
to take down our Christmas stuff,
I've seen people up with the Christmas tree up in February, so
yeah. I will. So people have an idea of what we are looking at over here. We're gonna zoom in on Shawn's face really quick, but then I'm gonna zoom him out because we have cool camera controls and stuff. And we don't do this very often because I don't like to show off set, but you can see how messy my garage is. And then our corner of heaven that we call FunkShop TV Studios. And in order for me to put away Christmas, I have to break down a lot of this and put it away because back behind that tree is a door. And in that door is a storage cubby that's under my stairs. So all of Christmas goes underneath that. So I have to schedule my breakdown of Christmas during the weekend when we're not doing a Monday through Friday thing. But I'm okay with it. I'm not complaining. I'm just stating a fact.
I got some good news. Here's an article.
You won a Powerball.
No, I wish.
Ah,
That'd be really good news.
Yeah.
If I win the Powerball, I wouldn't say anything. I would just show up one day with like a truckload of equipment.
Why would you show up? No, you're not going to show up here. What you're going to do?
I'd be like, look. While we wait to get a studio space, we're gonna upgrade this one temporarily.
Yeah, I think the average person takes theirs down the day after New Year's.
And
I'd
be like, surprise!
I wouldn't tell anybody. Okay, I've got this all planned out because I plan on winning a big Powerball someday.
There you go.
Bear with me for a minute. Hold on. Shh. Quiet, Twitch. A big Powerball someday. What I plan on doing is buying the property that I want, building buildings on the property that I want. One of them specifically is going to be for entertainment related stuff. Like we're gonna have a DJ studio, a recording studio, and then the podcast studio. But I'm gonna make sure everything gets built without telling anybody, and then I'm gonna put out this like invitation that's just gonna, you know, birthday party or something, and that's when I'm gonna reveal to all of my close people, this is what we have now.
That's
I'm gonna keep everything a secret until everything's ready and done the way I want it. Otherwise, you're gonna have people in your ear suggesting stuff, and I don't want to deal with that. If I come up on a Powerball, I'm gonna do things the way I want to do it. I don't give two shits about how somebody else wants me to spend my money.
What? Think you should buy like Apple II computers to edit videos on?
No.
There's that good idea right there. I actually watched somebody on YouTube edit. It was on Apple II. It was like the first. It was a black and white Mac. It was like one of those. I forget which model it's called, but it's just like the big rectangle. It's like this little square, black and white screen, and there was a. I forget what it was called, but there before Adobe, there was another video editing program before Premiere that eventually became Premiere. But this guy had it on his computer, and like he actually edited video. Like he actually like did a demonstration of editing videos. He had to like convert like this footage into this like really like ancient format that like hasn't been used in decades, like 3 decades. He had to like do all this process just to get it so the computer could read the thing, and like it was the most brutal like editing of digital video ever. And it was even worse back then because back then like they didn't have like memory cards, you know what I mean? Like it was all like reel to reel, and like to be able to convert like a tape cassette of your video into a digital format was like the whole process was a nightmare back then. I'm like, wow, this was a thing this is the start of Premiere. Like people actually use this.
Right.
How did this become the business it became from this point? Because this is garbage. Like I couldn't believe it. But yeah.
I'm talking to Matt Lowe right now on Facebook, and he's talking about lumpia. I miss his lumpia. So I was just thinking, I was talking to Jess last week about how we need to have Matt come over and show us how to do it. He said we can do an episode on lumpia rolling. I was like, shit, yes. We do an episode on all kinds of stuff. And that's the beauty of Twitch, man. You're scrolling through channels and seeing some of the weird stuff that people do. You realize you can really just do about anything.
It's just the thing is, you just have to actually go live.
Right. You got to go live. You're not going to accomplish anything if you don't, but you got to go live.
I mean, you can watch Joe Rogan, or you can be Joe Rogan.
You can sit here and watch other people's podcasts, or you can be your own podcast.
Or you can do both.
You can. Find a balance. It's healthy.
I mean, I'm always balanced, except for last night when I almost broke my ankle. That shit sucked ass.
Yeah, what happened?
So I was just out delivering food. I was out off 164th. I think 18th and 164th, or 162nd, I guess it is.
Doing the Postmates thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think I was on DoorDash on that point anyway, but it doesn't really matter. I was picking up food.
Tomato.
Yeah, I was picking up food. I was walking it back to my car, and this is like, it's a nice, like, overall well-maintained, like, complex, you know? Like, you know which complex I'm talking about? Like, it's right by Evergreen High School, like the same road Evergreen High School's on, except, it's on 162nd.
I think so.
So there's like there used to be like a Cold Stone in there, and there's like a bunch of different like restaurants and.
Okay.
Anyway, McMinimans is in there, I believe.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. I miss Cold Stone.
Yes. Anyway, so I'm going around this pillar that like holds up the eave or whatever, but there's a hole behind the pillar that I didn't see or notice. But it's just out of nowhere. There's no thing blocking it off. There's no like, hey.
A hole in the concrete?
Yeah, like in the sidewalk.
Okay.
Like not like off the sidewalk, like right in the middle of the sidewalk. And I go around the...
Like an alien spaceship must have landed and they picked up the spaceship but didn't fill the hole?
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's exactly what I thought when I was falling and about to break my ankle in half. With food in my hand.
I'm tracking with you.
So yeah, I stepped and it just didn't... I was like marking off I was picking like... Because there's a lot of little things you have to do on the app. Like you have to mark all the items that you picked up and mark that's picked up and then mark it to go to deliver. Like... There's a bunch of steps.
You were following your routine.
Yeah, and I was looking at that, and I'm like walking on what I thought was a well-maintained sidewalk, and no, there's a giant fucking hole in the ground, and like I'm like, oh, like my ankle bends, and I'm like trying to save the food because I know that they wouldn't have remade it. I probably would have had to pay for it to have it remade. I haven't had that happen yet. Thank God. Like, where, like, I've had to, like... Actually... I think I've had to actually... I have another story that's related to that, too.
Segue.
Yeah, segue off
You're
that.
setting up your segues.
So, I maintained not... Or I was able to not break my ankle. It's definitely swollen and in a bit of pain now, but... Yeah, it was, kind of shitty, and I took the food, but the segue, like it was about, I think it was this year, early this year, like September-ish, I think, or maybe October. I went, and this one was completely my fault, and so it cost me money. Actually, I kind of broke even on it because the guy felt bad for me and tipped me really well. But so I went down and picked up his food from this place this food cart in downtown Portland, and I bring it up to him.
There's a food cart I really miss downtown Portland, but sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
There's a lot of them that I miss, actually.
There's only one that I miss.
And it took me like 30 minutes to drive it to this guy's house because it was like rush hour traffic, and it was like he lived in North Portland, and like I had to go downtown, and it was bad traffic that day, so there was not really a quick way. Even the side roads were all backed up. So I get there, and he looks at it, and he's like, "Is there another one?" And then I thought because so Postmates and DoorDash and all these apps, they're always updating their apps. So sometimes when they update stuff, the UI changes a little bit, and you don't you're used to seeing certain things written out in a certain way, so you know when you have multiples or stuff like that. Well, recently the UI had changed, and I missed that there was actually two of the same item, but I only saw it as one item. And so he was like, I looked at the phone because I was like, oh no, and then I looked at the phone to double check, and I'm like, oh man, I'm sorry, I totally screwed up. And so I was like, all right, I'll go back and get it. Well, Postmates, I didn't want to go against my thing on Postmates, nor I don't know what they would do anyway. So I went down there, bought his food with my own money, the rest of his food, and brought the other rest of it back. So it was this big long thing. He ended up tipping me extra. I basically roughly broke even. I may have made $1 or lost $1 or something, but yeah, it was a giant waste of my time. It was my own fault. So, but yeah, it happens sometimes. Yeah.
So I noted you did say that you were going to be limping and stuff profusely. How you feeling? You seem like you were walking okay.
Yeah,
actually, I really can't say that because when I came downstairs, you were sitting right there. I haven't seen you get up yet.
I'm walking okay.
Okay.
It depends. I'm sure I'll be limping more this evening. If I go work today, I'll be getting out of the car, climbing stairs. Last night, Murphy had it in for me though. Right after that happened, every order that I had the rest of the evening was on the third flight of an apartment building. Every single one.
Wow.
I had 7 orders after that point.
Fuck you, Murphy.
Every single one was on the third floor of an apartment building. There isn't even that many 3-story apartment complexes in Vancouver. I went to all of them, and they were all on the third story. So,
How often do you get there and you just look at the person and realize they ordered it because they're just too fucking lazy to climb up and down 3 flights of stairs?
lots of them.
I bet.
I mean, most of them are too lazy, or
If you're not willing to climb up and down 3 flights of stairs to go get something to eat, stop eating.
well, one of them I knew they didn't want to go get because it was too much food to carry. So I was stuck carrying. Like I went to Wendy's, spent $170 on Wendy's.
How many fucking people?
I mean, I saw like 3 in the where they opened. This is in a small ass apartment too, like a ghetto apartment.
Were they stoned? Did you smell like a strong... did a strong odor of marijuana smack you in the face when you got there?
I was at the one in Hazeldale across from like Winco there on like, so you know, like Highway
I know what
99?
apartments you're talking about.
Yeah,
there's only
three-story?
one 3-story apartment complex over there. Yeah.
So that was that one. I mean, there's always weed smell there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just like, I think they have a weed farm
Goes
in
with
the
the territory.
middle of the building.
They have a rec area that
Yeah, that's just for weed.
share bong hits.
And all the kids go in there and they pick the leaves or whatever you do with weed. I don't know how that works, but
Okay.
no. That's why I go sell ice cream there, because they're all stoned and they want to buy ice cream.
That makes sense.
I sell lots of ice cream there usually.
That makes sense.
No, it was just a lot of freaking. I was able to take all that food up in 2 trips, so it wasn't too bad. There was like 20 drinks in total.
Wow.
So I was able to pack like 5 in a carrier. So I had like 2 carriers in my hands, plus like a whole bunch of bags, like just like laid over one arm. I'm like,
Who the shit wants that much Wendy's?
that's not even the biggest Wendy's order I've gotten. I've had a Wendy's order close to $500 in Portland before.
That went to just a residence?
Went to a bunch of teenagers. It was weird because like it was like 15 teenagers came out and met me and they actually helped carry. I didn't have to take it into their thing, which was cool. I was like, sweet, I don't have to carry this anywhere. They just showed up to my car as I pulled up, and they just like, I just started handing them stuff, and they're like, yeah, they were super excited. I got tipped like $35 on that one. That one was cool.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, it happens.
I used to like Wendy's. I don't like getting really any fast food anymore.
I have to like vary up my fast food. It has to.
Yes.
It can't like have regularly the same thing all the time. Because otherwise, you just.
Yeah, there's none that's good enough anymore to eat on a regular basis. You definitely have to rotate your garbage.
I was gonna say the same thing.
If you don't rotate your garbage, it gets real stale and funky real quick. FDA is warning people to wash their avocados before eating because of potential listeria contamination.
Aren't you supposed to wash them anyway?
I never ever have. Avocados are one of those things that the skin is so thick that you cut it open and you spoon it out. The chance for any kind of contamination, cross-contamination, is very minimal. And because the skin is like a tough skin, it doesn't absorb like other fruits do. Even if it had like E. coli or something on it, the chance of it infecting the actual whole fruit is very minimal.
That's why I eat E. coli every day.
To build an immunity.
Yeah.
I just make sure I eat a little bit of raw chicken every day. I won't get
No, not the raw chicken. Straight E. coli.
Oh.
Yeah.
You grow it in your refrigerator?
I have a special containment area.
Okay.
Yeah. With other poisons and
your
diseases.
E. coli farm.
And like I mix a whole bunch of diseases and like harmful bacterias to like make superbugs.
To build your antibodies.
And then I eat those so that I don't get sick.
To build your natural antibodies.
Yeah.
All right.
Like I have like inside, like outside, fat piece of shit. Inside, Superman. Like my immunity is literally like
That's why you're wearing the Superman hat, right? You're just feeling extra. No illness can get to me. Now watch.
Extra
within
antibiotics.
3 days, you're gonna have the worst flu that you've ever had in your life. You're gonna be puking out of both ends at the same time. I've done that before. It's not fun. The GOP and Democrats trade blame for the shutdown, but no deal is in sight. So, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like there's no deal in sight. Who knows how long we're going to be riding out this government shutdown? Take advantage of the opportunity.
I'm hoping at least another
Go piss on a monument.
2 years, 3 years. Like, I think 3 years.
Morbid Obese said, "Yep, the government is definitely listening now, and I expect them to. I have no doubt
I
that
troll them. Like, I walk into airports saying keywords that you're not supposed to. Just whisper them. Like,
and speaking of government,
just walk around.
Dude, I've done that. That's a bad idea. That is don't do that.
No.
And this happened. Let's see.
Nobody's ever said shit to me.
I want to say it was like 1997-ish, maybe 98-ish. I went to the airport with some friends to pick up a friend that was flying in from Alaska, and every single girl that walked by, I was like, man, that girl is bomb! Just to be an asshole, because that's who I used to be and probably still am, but that's beside the point. I ended up getting grabbed by two dudes in suits. They drugged me to this room, not like, they grabbed me by the arms and escorted me to this room. I had to sit in a little office that had a desk and a...
That's why you're supposed to travel with your own security, so that securities can battle it out.
Right. Well, these guys had badges. They weren't just regular security.
You bring ones of badges, too.
Okay. I'll do that next time. I always say bombs are up my ass to get a free butt diddle. Morbid Obese, I am going to go out on a limb and say you must be a local celebrity, actually a national celebrity, a world-renowned celebrity. Judging by the character of your comments, I think I know who you are. So
I think I figured it out now, too.
With that said, so these guys literally, they took my wallet, took every single thing out of my wallet, including the condom, spread everything out on this desk, and literally made me sit and wait for them to do a TSA certified background check on me before I could be released. And they said, "Do you know why we're holding you?" I said, "No, I have no idea. What is going on?" They said, "Well, you come across as a threat in the airport with your language." I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Because I said, "That girl is bomb? I can't say an expression that Fresh Prince of Bel-Air taught me to say?" I was just a sarcastic prick, because at this point, I am pissed. I am furious. You guys are wasting your time on my fat ass. Go out there and find a terrorist. Find that cartel that's smuggling cocaine in baby dolls or some shit.
The real people they let.
Yeah, it is.
Ass people.
He said, "Haha, you caught me. You've been caught. You can't catfish us." You can't catfish us. Moving. Don't ever play like you want to say anything like that in an airport. It's bad idea. Bad idea. Unless you want to waste 4 or 5, 6 hours of your life sitting in a room wondering what is going on. I thought I was going to be, I was waiting for a camera crew. I thought it was being punked. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And speaking of excessive use of appropriations, last night about 11 o'clock, I get a phone call. And it's from some Clark County regional thing. And
I know what you talked about.
It's an alert that 911 systems are down. So I was like, all right, we've had this happen before. It's not the first time. A few minutes later, my house gets a phone call. We got rid of our house line, but the notification pops up on our TV screen that the same number is calling to notify us that 911 is down. A few minutes later, I get an email. A few minutes later, Jess's phone goes off. A few minutes later, she gets a notification, like an Amber Alert type one. Have you heard, I
got one of those last night at 3 a.m.
Amber Alert type at 3?
At 3 a.m.
Oh shit! I would have been livid.
My dad's phone was going off like crazy. Like, I heard it go off about the same time you were messaging us, like 11.
Yeah.
His phone went off probably 25, 30 times.
If we're invaded, anybody with Verizon is going to know before anybody with T-Mobile, that's for sure. But I ended up getting 2 phone calls, 2 emails, 2 Amber Alerts. Jess got 2 Amber Alerts. She got a phone call. She got an email. We had the notification on our TV. Plus, Michael was in the dining room, and he's dealing with all of the same thing. I want to file harassment charges on 911 because if a telemarketer did that, we'd be able to take him to court and win. So if you're an attorney and you're watching right now, or you know any attorneys, go ahead and send them the link to this show right now. Because I'm looking for somebody to take it on, and I only want 10%. Just take them to the hole and teach them a lesson.
I'll take 1%.
Morbid says, fucking assholes woke me up before work. Yep, I wake up at 3:45. Haha.
Lucky you.
Lucky you.
You got an early alarm clock to get your day started.
So you do the coffee shift on 82nd. I could see Morbid working as a bikini barista.
Definitely.
Yeah? We're not going to go live for that because I think Twitch will ban us, but as long as the rest of the viewers, all three viewers that we get on a regular basis. How we got so low numbers today? What's going on? It's Friday.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is nuts. The nation's oldest World War II vet dies in Texas at age 112. Rest in peace, Richard Overton. He was believed to be the oldest living man in the U.S. and the nation's oldest World War II veteran. Passed away at 112 years old.
Audio's good.
Morbid said, hi, I started off naked and they pay me to put my clothes back on. You know, if I could get paid to put clothes on or take clothes off, I would be stripping and getting dressed and stripping and getting dressed and stripping and getting dressed all day long. Right. If I could get paid for just taking my clothes off, I would do it. I would absolutely do it.
Why wouldn't you? This is a better question.
In other lies, Trump bragged to the troops about a fictional giant pay raise he got them. When he went over, did you know for Christmas he made a surprise visit to Iraq?
Yeah, I think we mentioned
to visit the U.S. troops. He went to the Al Assad Air Base, and he told the service members there he was proud to secure them a much needed pay bump of more than 10% after years of stagnant wages. This is what he told the troops. After years of stagnant wages, you guys will be proud to know that I, Donald Trump, got you a pay raise of more than 10%. Well, the truth is they've gotten a pay raise of at least 2.2% every year for the last decade. Number one. And number two, for the last decade. So Donald Trump had nothing to do with that. The pay increase.
Wait, don't they get annual shit? Like, hasn't that been the thing forever?
The pay increase for 2019 passed by Congress and signed by the president in August will be 2.6%. It is the largest since 2010, but it is not far above last year's raise for troops, which was 2.4%. So Trump told the troops that other people wanted their raise to be smaller, but he fought for a double-digit boost. And he was quoted as to saying, we had plenty of people that came up. They said, you know, we can make it smaller. We can make it 3%. We can make it 2%. We can make it 4%. I said, no, make it 10%. Make it more than 10%. This man does not realize no matter where he goes, unless he's probably even on the shitter, there's probably still microphones. He's tapped. He can't go anywhere and say anything without people knowing about it, without it being documented in one way, shape, or form.
Microphones on my shitter too, so it happens to everyone.
And there's probably microphones where all of us are tapped. We're all tapped, especially FunkShop TV people, because, you know.
The things that I say.
The fact that this guy is just spewing bullshit, not even paying attention to the fact that the bullshit he spews is easily disputed, easily called out. It doesn't take much work to say, yeah, you lied again. Quit fucking lying to the American people. I know all politicians do it and blah, 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 but at least other politicians aren't as blatant about their lies, I guess. Just stupid.
Oh, you uploaded the videos that I edited yesterday too. I just now noticed that.
Yes. Cool. Gotcha. But back to 9/11, dude. We're going all over the place. It's Friday. Have fun cutting these clips.
I'm sure you will.
I think one of the worst. No, I'm not. I'm gonna upload one take. I think it's a horrible idea to put out so many alerts to the general public that the 911 lines are down. Call me crazy. I think it's a horrible idea.
I mean, it's kind of like the kid that called Wolf.
Oh, it wasn't just called Wolf. This guy, that boy wants to drop his pants around his ankles, let his dingleberries hang out, and he screamed Wolf all around the block 7 times.
Yeah.
Over and over and over and over. I mean, how more adamant can you be about, hey, guess what? Nobody can call 911. If you want to break the law, now's your chance. I would like to see statistics on crime rates of last night.
Yeah, it's interesting when you have like certain events where you know a bunch of police are either going to be off or going to be in some other location for some big event, how much easier it would be to...
Right.
You know.
Well, apparently here in Clark County, the police called in, the purge. There's so many Facebook posts about the purge. Apparently a bunch of police officers were woke up and said you need to jump in a squad car and get on deck because 911's lines are down, and now everybody has been notified 7 times. So.
What? Really? Is that what happened? People.
Police were on extra patrol last night. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Probably a good idea.
It's just ridiculous, man.
Because I thought about going out there and robbing all the banks.
Yeah, I posted on one Facebook group that kept talking about it. I probably shouldn't have, because if there's a 7-Eleven in town that got robbed by a fat guy, I'm immediately going to be blamed for it, because it said I'm going to go hit a hot lick instead of get a hot dog. And people are like, you're just admitted to a crime. Like, dude, you really take that shit seriously? Get a fucking life.
Right.
And it is time, because it is Friday, and we've covered this every single day this week. Check the numbers of We the People Will Fund the Wall on GoFundMe. What do you think it's at, Shawn?
22 million.
Not quite yet. 17,858,207.
Slowed down considerably.
Yes, the momentum is slowing down, and I think the momentum's slowing down because people are starting to read their Facebook pages that are donating to this bullshit.
Oh, you're gonna get your money back.
And realizing they're probably gonna get a piece of their money back. They're probably not gonna get it all, because GoFundMe is going to be able to keep a percentage, regardless. So all of you people that donated, you're going to get part of your money back. I believe so. There's got to be some legalities behind it.
I bet you that might go after him for that.
A class action lawsuit against GoFundMe?
I don't think they'd keep it. That'd be kind of dumb.
I would keep it.
That'd be a dumb PR.
With all of the web traffic that it's generated, they got to pay for it somehow.
Still.
Their servers, I'm sure, have been overloaded.
They probably own their own servers.
Not to mention the fact that their customer service has probably been having to deal with question after question after question. It's probably been insane. I'd like to talk to somebody that works for GoFundMe and find out
call the customer service.
The truth.
So I donated $17 million. How do I get that money back?
How do I get that back? Doubletree guest demands public statement. Did you see that? The update on Jermaine Massey? And the African American registered guest at Doubletree that we did a story on the other day.
Yeah.
He is now demanding a public statement response from Doubletree.
I thought Doubletree already did.
No.
Or because I saw a news article that they said they tried to rectify the situation.
Well, at first Jermaine said that he wasn't going to do anything about it. Like, he wanted people to know about it, and he was going to leave it at that. But this article says Jermaine Massey, an African-American registered guest who was thrown out of the Doubletree Hotel in the Lloyd Center district while he was on the phone in the lobby, has hired a well-known Portland law firm and is demanding a public statement response from the hotel. After Massey, who lives in Kent, Washington, had attended a Travis Scott concert at the nearby Moda Center, he returned to his hotel and was on the phone with his mother. He sat in the lobby of the DoubleTree and spoke with her when a security guard persisted in questioning his presence, attorney Jason Kafori said in a statement. The guard and the hotel manager called Portland police and demanded that Massey be arrested for trespass if he did not leave the premises, Kafori says. Massey recorded the encounter with a guard named Earl on his phone and posted it to Instagram. In those posts,
Hashtag Fire Earl.
Fire Earl. In those posts, Massey claims he was racially profiled. When police came, Massey complied with their directives, gathered his belongings, and left the hotel. Police offered him a ride, but Mr. Massey explained he had his own car and would drive himself rather than leave in the back of a police car, his attorney said. Through the law firm of Kafuri McDougal, Massey wants DoubleTree to answer these questions. Number one, why was Mr. Massey approached by security? Why was he interrogated? Number two, please explain in detail in what manner Mr. Massey was a threat to safety or security. And the hotel, just those two questions. Whoops. Bad editing in this article. The hotel has requested a private discussion, but Mr. Massey was publicly humiliated, his attorney said. Therefore, he demands a public statement response.
Damn right. Don't be trying to hide using your white privilege DoubleTree owners.
Yes. Good for Massey. I'm glad. I'm absolutely glad.
I am sick of these damn hotels screwing people. Okay, I mean yeah.
Let's do something funny right now.
Uh-oh.
Can you look up Stuart's number and send it to me in a message?
These are always good. You don't have Stuart's number?
I do, but my phone is viewing. I could look it up.
Okay, that's right. I got it. Stuart's picture in my phone is a little robot guy.
Happy Friday, everybody. Hey, we're up to 5 viewers. Thanks for tuning in and watching FunkShop TV this morning. This is the Thank God It's Friday episode of The Daily Funk with Biggz and Shawn. I am Biggz. That is Shawn.
I might be.
You are.
I might change my name to that guy. My first name that and last name.
Is this the article
guy.
that you shared in chat something you want me to go over?
I just thought it was interesting. It's good news, and
okay,
because hard drive prices are plummeting.
Yes, they are. Thank goodness. There's a terabyte Western Digital SSD on Newegg right now for $89.
They're supposed to go down even more this year.
I figured I'd wait another 2 months and see what happens. Maybe I'll get
like some of these like super
5 or 6
fast
of
like
them.
Optane drives and other different forms of SSDs. They're super cheap.
I just copied that phone number. I'm now on my Facebook and I'm creating a post. If you have concerns or your life was inconveniently interrupted by last night's 911 debacle, you may be financially compensated. You can
Please call this number.
You can call Paste for details on how you can file a claim. Just letting people know. Boom.
I can't share that because Stuart will see my post for sure.
I'm sure he's gonna see mine too. He's probably nursing a hangover if he's even awake right now.
He'll be awake soon.
He'll be awake any minute. Yes. Happy Friday, everybody. Thanks for tuning in and watching FunkShop TV. So, SSD predictions. In case you don't know what an SSD is, go ahead and explain that, Shawn. What's the difference between an SSD and a regular
mechanical drive? So SSD.
It does not stand for super short D.
No, no, it doesn't. I mean, it could in some places. Stands for solid state. Basically, it's flash memory, and there's different kinds. Nowadays, there's Optane drives. There's M.2 drives, NVMe drives. They're all basically, essentially, solid state drives of different varying speeds, and essentially, they also have other characteristics about them. To simplify it, it's just some are faster than others, some are more reliable, last longer, etc. And then regular hard drives are mechanical. And so the prices have been plummeting. I saw an article here saying that solid state drives are hitting 10 cents per gigabyte capacities. That's pretty damn cheap. 10 cents for a gigabyte. I recently bought on Black Friday. I bought a bunch of 120 gig SSDs for my Atomos video recorder and screen. I bought them for like, I think $17 for a 120 gig drive. So, I mean, prices are dropping like rocks. I have, let's see, here's a few here listed. 2 terabyte NVMe drive for just over $249. 2 terabyte SATA Crucial MX 500 for $209. And those were like, and these prices are supposed to be dropping even more. Like I said, they're already at like 10 cents. You can get 10 cents per gigabyte drives, SSD drives, 10 cents per gigabyte. That's pretty insane. And according to this article that I'm reading, that they're expecting prices to drop another 50% this in 2019. So drop another 50% on what they already are. That's pretty insane. Don't you think? Is that phone call getting to you, or not the phone call? The phone calls last night. The messages going crazy.
Is what?
I don't know.
I don't either. Did you? So you went over the article?
I went over the key points. Yes.
You want me to read it?
No, you don't have to.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
I didn't expect us to read the whole thing. I was just like, oh, cool.
I was gonna, but
4 terabyte consumer SSD drives have become more common this year.
4 terabyte SSD?
Yeah.
That's big. I mean, it's not, but it is.
I mean, could you imagine like 5 or 6 cents per gig of data for mainstream drives? Like, I mean, what would that be for like a 1 terabyte? That'd be 1,000 gigs. That would be calculator. Say
Morbid said, so what are your thoughts on why they're going down so much? Technology is making it easier to build them.
Like a terabyte SSD drive could be probably this year it could be around $60.
Right.
$50, $60, $70.
Whereas a year ago they were $400, $500, $600.
I'm gonna be upgrading my storage space clearly in my computer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I already have about 10 terabytes of total data storage across a whole bunch of hard drives, but yeah.
Probably the increase of cloud storage. I don't know if the cloud storage has anything to do with it.
No, I mean, it's just cheap. It's just we're that much more efficient. Like, part of it is a necessity because as the creative marketplace keeps progressing forward, like the camera technologies and the tools that we use to edit content, creative content, whether it be music, video, animation, compositing work, VFX, any of that stuff. All that stuff requires are being pushed by innovation, which means the hardware increases, which means they're pushing the bounds of what's capable. So bigger and bigger file sets are coming about. The cameras that just a few years ago were not readily accessible except for the rich or the professional level stuff is now prosumer stuff. Like an average person can now go afford. A person right now, the average person that works essentially like just above minimum wage, if they save their money for a few months, they can buy a camera that's better than what they use to film Avatar on.
Because of technological advances.
Yeah. I mean, in some ways, even our cell phones today, like I still wouldn't say our cell phone cameras are quote unquote across the board better than what we filmed Avatar on, the first Red cameras, but they're in some ways better. And
this is all rocket science.
Yeah. So, but the point is, like, it's becoming readily.
Enjoy my cookie.
It's become readily accessible to the average person. So it's just part of the progression. Like, you need that extra storage space. I mean, it's just the way it's always been. I mean, remember playing Oregon Trail?
Yeah.
On the Mac, on the Max, the green screen.
Yeah. Like
those those disk drives that game was on was 1.44 megabytes. Megabytes. Okay, we're talking a whole drive. So you would need.
Anthony must have woke up late because on my post about the hotline.
Yeah.
911 hotline. He typed, "I was Streesy AF, STRESSEE AF. What UF? There was a break-in, BREAKIN. The number 6 extra numbers could have killed see me." All one word.
Go back to bed, you're still drunk.
And my comment was, "Are you just waking up, Anthony?" He said, "Yes, driving to a Murting, MRRTING."
Yeah, I
go ahead and copied it. I'm going to put it in chat here so
we gotta.
You can see exactly how Anthony spelled it out. "I was Streesy AF. What? Oof. There was a break-in 6 extra numbers could have killed see me."
So yeah, if you're watching on YouTube at a later date, if you want to come and join us on Twitch, which we put the link in the video and the description, you can join the conversation too. So, FYI.
The thing about him writing break-in like that, it reminds me. Who do you think is one of the most action fighter famous actors of our day?
Who's the what?
An action fighter actor. Name a few. Who are the first ones that come to mind?
Well, I mean, you got like most of the people in like the superhero movies.
Okay.
Like Iron Man and like.
I'm talking like over the last few decades.
Or are you talking more like?
Who are some of the more famous ones?
Like combat actors, like that did combat scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, there's a whole list of. And you're talking about big ones, right? Like
Morbid said Statham and Rock. Yeah?
Yeah, Statham and Rock, yeah, for sure.
So I must be old, because the first ones that come to my mind are always Steven Seagal and Jean-Claude Van Damme. And,
I mean...
This is a segue because Anthony typed break-in instead of break space in. Did you know Jean-Claude Van Damme was in Breakin', the movie? Remember the breakdancing movie from 1984?
I do remember that, actually. Vaguely.
Did you know Jean-Claude Van Damme was in it?
Yeah, that's why I remember it. Vaguely.
I loved the movie when I was a kid, but I've been
He was terrible.
fascinated by hip-hop culture my whole life. He didn't have a speaking role.
He just danced, right?
He was in Speedos and a tank top, just waving side to side. And the background, you can see him there, right in the middle. That's Jean-Claude Van Damme right there. And we'll go ahead and play this clip.
Play it being an extra.
Yeah, I wish I want to loop this. Maybe I will. Oh, I forgot about it. He puts his arms up, does a little shimmy.
He's like, I'm gonna be a superstar one day.
Look at him.
I gotta get my screen time.
Is that a one piece? Like, he must have been working out on the beach.
Singlet.
It is a wrestling singlet. I don't think I can get tired of watching this. You know who I'd like to see in a singlet dancing like that? Matt Lowe from Catfish. I think that would be hilarious.
Yes. We should get a hold of his management and see if we can get him in for that.
If anybody knows how to get a hold of Matt Lowe's management, find out how we can book him to recreate this movie scene right here. We want him to play the part of Jean-Claude Van Damme. Happy Friday, everybody. Oh, what a great way to start my Friday. Morbid said, haha, one day your dreams will come true. C-U-M. Ooh, that's nasty. That's nasty.
They come true every day.
Yeah?
No.
Mine don't. Mine definitely don't. Somebody just commented on my post, is this for real? I was at work stressing, woke my wife up to get the kids in bed with her next to the home protection safe. Made it hard to sleep, and today I work 1 p.m. to 1 a.m. Well, don't call the number then.
Yes, it's real. Call the number. So you're not supposed to comment after the fact.
I don't like. This person is a friend of mine, so.
And are you saying Stuart isn't?
He is, but I don't want to ruin one friend's day by ruining another friend's day. News posted yesterday, Social Security to increase checks for retirees by 2.8%. That's a good thing. In Washington, anyone who is retired could be seeing a big increase. I wouldn't call this big, but anyone who is retired could be seeing a big increase in the amount of money they receive from Social Security in the coming year, according to WTTG. The Social Security Administration is raising the amount you will receive by 2.8% to account for the cost of living raises in 2019. The average check will now be $39 more per month, which is the largest increase since 2012. For anyone who retires at full retirement age, anyone born between 1943 and 1954, your current maximum benefit will also be increased by around $73 per month. Though these changes will impact around 67 million people. In 2018, the cost of living adjustment was just 2%, or about $27 per month. But many people saw the increase as a neutralizer to the increased cost of Medicare.
I blame Matt Lowe.
Morbid said, I heard his list for the green room is insane. Lots of lube and KFC. I don't know why he's lubing up his chicken, but I saw that episode of Catfish that he was on, and it was the least entertaining episode of Catfish I ever watched, and I've seen them all. I'm a fan.
I think because he wasn't really catfishing, per se. Not really.
He was the fisher. Yeah.
He was catfish.
He was doing the catfishing.
Kind of.
I mean, he was misleading whoever.
I mean, but there's a difference between his episode and some of the a lot of the other.
No,
ones
his was definitely a lot more realistic than a lot of the other ones.
His
he's
was
not
within what you'd see. I think his is almost like what you'd see on Tinder now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like,
It's just all about him. He set the upshot camera angle.
Yeah. And then he had to go in and blur it himself.
Whoever Morbid is talks like they know something about the show, but they said that was before all the drama was inserted to keep the show alive. That doesn't happen in reality TV. It's reality TV because it's real.
It's real stories.
It's real. Technically, I was not a catfish. I never lied to her about anything. I never used another profile or anything. Yeah, and that's what Shawn's point is. I'm just saying, at the subject of the show, you were the fisher. I wasn't saying you catfish anybody. You used real information.
Or he was the fisher and fish-y. Maybe they both fishered each other into fishies.
In other news, moving right along, Michelle Obama bests Hillary Clinton to be voted most admired woman by Americans, poll shows. I don't understand this headline because I don't see where Hillary Clinton would be even close to voted most admired woman by Americans. But Michelle Obama has moved above her. As far as I'm concerned, she moved above her a very long time ago. Former First Lady Michelle Obama was voted the woman most admired by Americans this year, knocking Hillary Clinton from the top spot on the list for the first time in 17 years, according to a Gallup poll released Thursday. How did Hillary Clinton have the top spot for that long?
No idea.
Russian collusion. She was paying the Russian spies to add votes. When asked by Gallup in an open-ended question to name the woman they admired most, 15% of Americans mentioned Obama, who has been touring the United States promoting her best-selling memoir, Becoming. Oprah Winfrey finished second in the Gallup poll, followed by Clinton and current First Lady Melania Trump.
I want to be...
Awkward silence. How is Melania Trump even in the top 5 of the most admired women in the country?
I want to be the most admired woman in the country.
Clinton has appeared in the top 10 27 times, finishing as the most admired woman 22 times, more than any other man or woman, according to Gallup. How many men have been on this list of the top admired women?
See, is it like a thing that she does? I mean, like, does she run this thing?
Does she control it? It's a Gallup. Obama has finished second to Clinton 3 times before, Gallup noted. Clinton was named the most admired woman in 1993 and 1994 for the first 2 terms of her husband Bill Clinton's presidency. She claimed the top spot again in 1997 through 2000. She was the most admired woman from 2002 through 2017, during which she was a 2-time presidential candidate, a U.S. Senator, and Secretary of State. Other women who made the top 10 this year were Queen Elizabeth, German Chancellor Angela Merkel, Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations Nikki Haley, and House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi. Gallup first began asking the question in 1946. Gallup conducted their annual survey from December 3rd through 12th this year. Well, Gallup, you need to update your database because you're sending your survey to a lot of the wrong people.
Right. They're saying it's a weird-ass people. Out of touch people.
Oh, yo, what up, Anthony? How's your meeting going? Matt said she knew I was fat as shit, but just didn't know I was so fat I could be on my 1 million pound life.
I think it's 10.
Anthony, that phone number is Stewart's.
Call it and complain.
Yeah. Say 911 bugged me last night. I want a refund.
Just call and say that.
All of my tax dollars that have gone into the 911 pool over the last 6 years, I want a refund.
I should call that number on my second line that Stuart doesn't have. I don't think he does.
In other news,
I'm gonna try to call it and do it on the show.
Posted Friday, December 28, 2018, which is today. Happy Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Thanks for tuning into the Daily Funk with Biggz and Shawn right here on FunkShop TV. Ted Nugent says Democrats should be shot like coyotes.
Sure, that comment was taken out of context.
Musician and NRA board member Ted Nugent likened Democrats, members of the media, and others to rabid coyotes on Friday. suggested people should not wait to get their guns and shoot them on sight. Nugent, a major proponent of gun rights and Second Amendment, applied the same comparison to Hollywood and rhinos, the common acronym standing for Republicans in name only, during an interview on InfoWars, the Alex Jones show. Don't ask why, just know that evil, dishonesty, and scam artists have always been around, and that right now they're liberal, they're Democrat, they're rhinos, they're Hollywood, they're fake news, they're media, they're academia, they're half of our government at least, Nugent said, according to conservative media watchdog Media Matters.
That's cool.
Nugent continued, some come to that realization they are rabid coyotes running around. You don't wait till you see one to go get your gun. Keep your gun handy, and every time you see one, you shoot one. Nugent made headlines last week for his comments directed at widely known students advocating for stronger gun control legislation in the wake of February's mass shooting at their high school in Parkland, Florida. He said during a radio interview on March 31st that the students had no soul, and also defended responsible gun owners who he believes are being attacked by those calling for more gun restrictions. He's quoted as to saying these lies from these poor, mushy-brained children who have been fed lies and parrot lies. I feel really sorry for them. It's not only ignorant, dangerous, and stupid, it's soulless. To attack the good, law-abiding families of America when well-known, predictable murderers commit these horrors is deep in the category of soulless. The students, like 17-year-old David Hogg, said Nugent should apologize for the comment, but Nugent refused. Nicknamed the Motor City Madman when he was atop the rock and roll world, the 69-year-old Nugent was considering a run for the U.S. Senate in his home state of Michigan during this year's midterm elections, according to media reports last year. Yep. Somebody lock that fucker up and throw away the key.
Let me see if I can...
Anthony said, I think Nugent is scared he won't pass a mental health check. I agree. Absolutely agree. And rhinos, it's the common acronym standing for Republicans in name only. So the people that call themselves Republicans but don't act like it. It's basically, he's an extreme rightist calling out anybody that claims to be right for not being extreme. Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
Yep, you're not extreme enough.
Not extreme enough. You're not a Republican.
I'm gonna see if I can set
You don't curse
set
Negroes.
Fake number.
You what?
I'm gonna see if I can set up a fake number to give Stuart a call to complain.
In other news, a 14-pound, 13-ounce baby breaks weight record at a Texas hospital. Can we show this picture? We're gonna show this picture.
Go for it.
Holy shnikes, dude. Look at the size of this.
The one in the back on the right?
I'm getting a phone call right now. I wonder if it's Stuart. Let's find out. Hello? Hello?
Regarding a medical grade brace to help you with chronic pain.
Are you in chronic pain?
Standards, you are now entitled to receive a medical grade brace at no charge. For more information on how to receive your medical brace, press 1 now, or press 9 to be placed on the do not...
Thank you for calling. If you would like to be added to our do not call list, press 5. Now otherwise to speak to a specialist, press 7.
Fuck this app.
For the next available representative.
Yes.
Call is very important to us. Please stay on the line.
This ought to be fun.
To the next available agent. Patient Care Services, this is Sky speaking. Where's your pain located?
In my lower back and my upper back and my buttocks. Apparently they don't want to talk to me. That was quick.
Man, they are terrible. Their business model is terrible.
Right. So if we're a pain in your ass, we can't help you. Can't help you. What we need to start doing is when we get that's American size for sure. Yes, it is. 14 pounds, 13 ounces. I'm not going to make any comments about anything else regarding that picture. We'll just show it again. So let's start a competition. Anytime we're sitting on cast, anytime we're live, and we get one of these robocalls or telemarketer calls, we now have to have a timer on set and see who can keep them on the phone the longest. Because
why is it so hard? Why is it
these
so
guys are
hard
getting too smart. They're hanging up on us all the time now.
Why is it so hard to get a second freaking WhatsApp? Hey, Matt, what's a app to use like a second phone call? Is WhatsApp?
WhatsApp?
Is that adds another line, right?
I believe so.
I'm like trying to download something that I can use, but they're all like, you have to pay for it. I'm like, I'm not paying just to call Stuart once. WhatsApp Messenger.
Hey, happy Friday. Thanks for watching FunkShop TV. That's becoming such a habit now. I'm just getting used to it. Every once in a while. Hey, happy Friday.
Happy 8th day.
Happy what?
8th day.
8th.
Like the 8th day of the week.
No, it's not.
Sure.
You're confusing me. The Smithsonian EPA
But before the 6th.
ready to close as shutdown toll deepens. So the Smithsonian's about to close its doors. You can call people. Not sure if you can just call people like actual phone though. I think you might have to be friends.
Oh, really?
Yep.
What's up, Matt?
Yep. Billionaire LinkedIn co-founder apologizes for funding Russian-style disinformation group in Alabama Senate race. Oh, I'm sorry. Now that the race is over, sorry for leaking a bunch of false information. You fuck. Even Yahoo News is boring today.
They're always boring.
Yeah.
I hate Yahoo News. I hate Yahoo. Yahoo is a Yahoo.
That's true. That's true.
Why is it so damn hard to... Like, it used to be easy to get, like, a second number.
A spoofing number?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's, like, ridiculous. Probably has to do with, like, laws and stuff that...
According to a report in the Columbian.com, in Clark County, single moms earn about half of what single dads make.
It's probably because they do jobs that aren't as dangerous.
Require a pole?
What?
Require a pole?
No.
And in these venues are being cheap and not putting in poles that spin? So their tips aren't as high?
Yeah, that's a good point.
The poles are stationary.
You said in Vancouver, right?
CenturyLink, yeah. Clark County.
Yeah, we don't have strippers.
Right. CenturyLink, well, they still go across the river. I know so many single moms that live in Vancouver that strip in Portland. But anyways, that's beside the point. CenturyLink services disrupted one of several that's impacted state phones in Oregon. It's not just Oregon. It's all over the country. Why aren't people releasing the real information? Like that 911 debacle wasn't just in Oregon and wasn't just in Washington. It's horrifying that Trump's Secretary of State thinks the rapture is real. Yeah, anyways. 11 strategies for boosting page views on GoDaddy.
Good idea.
Yeah. Kroger issues recall for shrimp due to potential health hazard. New poll shows nearly half of U.S. adults blame Trump for the government shutdown as Trump blames the Democrats. New York City set to name new district after Wu-Tang Clan. Do you know that one? The New York City Council unanimously voted to name an area in Staten Island the Wu-Tang Clan district. I heard Biggz getting a street named after him as well.
Oh, yeah?
Wait until they find out Biggie is his street name. See how that rolls over. The FBI has obtained wiretaps of a Putin ally tied to the NRA who met with Trump Jr. during the campaign. Breaking news, Corporal Ronald Singh's killer was captured. Blue Lives Matter.
Well, WhatsApp doesn't work because Stuart's on WhatsApp.
Oh.
I think. I don't know. I don't know how this WhatsApp
It probably
works.
is. And in other news, I don't have shit else to talk about. We've been live for 1 hour, 22 minutes, and 49 seconds. I am so glad to have a weekend off. Although I'm sure I won't have the weekend off because I hear Dwayne's going to be here about 5 p.m. today. So tune in and watch the D podcast experience right on the FunkShop TV networks. Right here on Twitch. If you're watching and you haven't done so yet, please click on that heart up here. Give us a follow.
Yeah, follow.
If you love us, if you have Amazon Prime, link your Amazon Prime to your Twitch and give us a subscription. You can do it for free, but it helps us out a lot.
True story.
I wouldn't lie to you. Okay, I might, but depending on the circumstances. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Shout out to Duce I Rae for making a hail. Throwing change at the strippers. Ching ching. Hopefully soon we'll have Matt Lowe as a guest on this damn podcast.
Yeah, Matt, why don't you call me anymore?
Ooh, sounds like Shawn. We gotta go so Shawn can take care of some personal business. Him and Matt are having a lover's quarrel, apparently. Like always, if you have any topics you want us to talk about, you want to send us a video to play, or you just want to get involved, email us at funkshoptv@gmail.com.
Don't send us porn.
Send Shawn porn. Make sure that you are always checking out youtube.com/funkshoptv. Give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Just let us know that you watch the videos.
Thumbs out?
Thumbs out, thumbs up. Who fucking cares?
Like hitchhiking?
Yep.
Okay.
Click on a thumb. We don't care which thumb. Just click on a thumb.
Hip thrust that motherfucking like button.
Matt said, ha ha ha, who calls anyone these days? I still call people.
I used my phone this morning.
Yeah, true. He did. He called me to say, hey, fat ass, get out of bed and come unlock the door.
I didn't say those words particularly.
Pretty close. Pretty close. We didn't have any skipped frames today.
Well,
How about that?
How about that?
How about that? Oh, Nikes. You know what we got to do?
How about that?
How about that? I gotta go find somebody to raid.
Catch me in the chat room. How about that?
Catch me in chat. How about that? Once again, everybody, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to go to the disclaimer, and then we're going to raid. So don't go anywhere. Stick around. Did you pull up a FunkShop on the tablet? Or a viewer on the tablet? Okay, good. Oh, now that we get to 8 viewers instead of 5 viewers, as we're closing, getting ready to close out the show, we get some more viewers. Thanks, guys. Thanks a lot. I'm just kidding. We appreciate each and every view.
But come back and tune in Monday and probably be live at some point this weekend or later this afternoon.
Yes, Dwayne will be live on the D podcast approximately 5 p.m. And I'm sure we'll be back Sunday because we got to give away some Funko Pops, dude. We got to do some giveaways Sunday.
So all the FunkShop cast better be here on Sunday.
Yes.
Or I'm going to pee in your butts.
Wait.
Or not.
That statement is in no way, shape, or form endorsed by or
disclaimer. Throw the disclaimer up.
Disclaimer. So stick around. We're gonna go
just my
raid
opinions.
somebody. Who we're gonna raid today? Let's see who else is on.
I got a muffin.
You should have brought me a muffin, dude. You
You
selfish.
know, I've asked several times. I've
I know.
asked 29 times out of the last 28 days if you wanted anything.
29 times out of the last 28 days.
And you're like, no, I'm good. Don't you dare bring me anything.
That is pretty accurate.
And,
actually.
and now you're like, you should have brought me a muffin. Well, son of a bitch.
It looks like here's somebody playing Uno. It says playing with friends, but I don't see any actual.
Friends?
That looks like a whole lot of clutter. What is going on?
It's a trap house.
Boy, there's so many random people just doing random things on Twitch now.
It's great. It's actually good. It pushes YouTube to not be stupid.
Here's somebody that really needs a better bed set for their room. So we're gonna go support them. We're gonna raid their channel, and maybe they'll be able to use some Twitch money to update their bedroom.
I've cheered a total of 60 cents.
Lindsay IRL, thanks. Everybody, thanks for watching. Don't go anywhere. Join the raid. Come raid surf with us. Because you love it. We love it. We love you. Thanks for watching.